Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on Photoshop actions, using actions in Photoshop. Actions of things that, steps that have been pre-done and recorded into an action, a number of steps. And then you go back and use the steps. Okay, let's get going, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to be here to File, Open, and we're going to pick out a picture. Oh God, I can't hardly get at the. I don't believe this. There's the picture we want. Open. There's the picture. Okay. What's wrong here is this is working on the screen that's difficult for me. And to my right, way over, the screens are not, that's like the primary screen, and it shouldn't be. The one on the left is better. But that's another problem. Okay. Now, this is action that we're going to be working with. It's for a 5x7 picture. So the picture's got to be 5x7. Now, this was taken by his father with a cell phone. And he was out hunting. And it's the first time that he's all dressed out in camouflage and all. And he heard a deer snort, and it frightened him. And look at his eyes. It's the first time that this young man has ever heard a deer snort, and he don't know what it is. Okay, but let's get back to Photoshop and actions in Photoshop. So we're going to put a canvas around this photo, but it's for a 5x7, and we got to check this picture out and see what it is. And here we go up here to image size, and here the resolution with a cell phone, taken with a cell phone, is 72, no good. And the height is 4.444, width is 3.3. It's not right. Now you could do it here, but changing the resolution, it's going to make, and we need 240 to print. If we want to print this picture out with an Epson printer, the Epson printer wants 240 resolution, or it won't be any, the pixelation will be bad, real bad. So we got to change it to 240. When we change it, it's going to change everything. And you could do it with this, but it doesn't do as good a job as with ON1 software. So we're going to cancel out of this. And I've got ON1 software. We're going to go over here to ON1. And we're going to use Perfect Resize right here. We're going to bring that up. And the first one is batch. We don't want that. We want the second one, Open Perfect Resize. And now we're in ON1 software, Perfect Resize. And here's the resolution. If we use ON1, it's going to do better. So we're going to change the resolution from 72 to 240. Okay. We're going to change the height. Here, see what happened when it increased the size of the picture. But in increasing when using ON1, the pixels will be decent. So we're going to go down to 7. And when we did that, here, the width that it comes out to be is 5.25, a little bit wider than we want, but that's okay. We're going to hit apply, and we'll take care of that in the next step. And ON1's doing its thing, and it brought it in. We're going to go bring it down to size. Now when we check it, and let's get rid of the ON1 thing. Just get it out of the way. Click on it and get it out of the way. So now if we go to image size, we got the 240, we got the height, but our width is a little bit too wide. So like we said, just it did its job. It's a little bit too wide. We can cancel here. So we're going to go over here and get the crop tool. And it happens to be set up for 7 inch in height, width of 5. If this wasn't right, you'd hit clear and put the right numbers in here, but that's it. So it's going to be a little bit too wide. So we don't want to take it off of this side of the picture. This is the side we'd want to take it off. So we can begin right up here at the top and bring it down to the bottom. And there it is. There's the piece that we have to remove to that be 5 by 7. And we hit enter on the keyboard. And it's done. Now if we check it out, image, up here at the top, image size. We've got just what we want, 240 resolution, 7 in height, 5 in width. We cancel out of this. We're good to go. Now over here in the action, here's the action thing. I click on it. And this is what we want. In steps, it's here. If you went here, though, up in this corner, and you go to this button mode, now that shows you the actions, all the actions. There's a number of actions in here. We want not the top one, not for a horizontal, because we have a vertical. So we're going to click on the mat for a vertical. And here, and we're going to click stop for a second. Now we're going to go over here and change its button mode to the step modes. There's the steps, you see. So down here, we're going to run the action. See, now to put that thing around the edge, and it's telling us pick a foreground color for the new inner mat. There's going to be an inner mat, and then there's going to be an outer mat. So we're going to stop here. It's telling us to pick the color that we want this to put into this inner mat. And so we're going to stop. We're going to go down over here. This is the foreground color. This one here, the black, the one that is black. Below that, that's the background color. We don't want the background. We want the foreground color. So we're going to click on it. And we don't want black. We want a decent color. So I'm going to click. Now when it comes up here in Photoshop to pick it, we have many libraries. We don't want to. We could pick the color from here, but that's no choice. Let's go into a library. Now here's a HKSZ process. Okay, if we didn't want that, we could choose any others. And when you click on these, there's something. But let's stay right on it. That HKS process was fine. We just want to show you how this action works. So we're going to use this HKS process, and we're going to pick out for an inner color a lighter one color, and then a darker one when we come back for the outer edge. So let's take here. Just stay. You could pick your colors. It's up to you. We're going to click here, and we're going to say OK. When we say OK, this is going to change from black to this color. So we're going to click it. Come over here, see it changed it. There it is, it's done. Now, since we picked that color, we're going to tell the action, okay, we've picked the color. Let's run the steps. So on my other screen, here's what come up. There's the color. And that's what we want. So okay, we're going to say okay. And there it is. It put the color in there with a nice edge and a shadow, everything perfect. And we're going to hit stop. And we're going to pick, and it's got the up for the other one. So we're going to pick the color again. Go back to the library. We don't want black. We want this dark now. And we click OK. Now it changed it. When we go over here, you see it's this color. Now we're going to run the action again. Now I got to bring it over from that screen. Over here, here's our color. There's our mat. Isn't that beautiful? And we're going to click OK. And then there's our picture. There's our picture. And now this is very important up here. And let's read it. The printed version of this effect will fool most people into thinking it is a real cut mat when framed and under glass. Let me know how do you like it. And here's the name of the man that did this thing. And I did this 10 years ago. And his name is J.A.S. Jasek, David Jasek. And if you went to his site and found the action for a horizontal and a vertical, you'd have it. And you'd load it into your actions by up here on the right. When you're in the up here in this corner, right click and load action, and you'd bring that into your actions. You'd have to be in the I don't think in this step mode. I'm going to stop this. Okay, I've read it to you. I don't think you'd be in this mode. I think you'd be in the button mode. No, maybe it is in this mode. Yeah. Here, load actions right here. See it? In the step mode, not in the button mode, in the other mode. I see when I change belt modes. Not this way. Up on this one. Change it to this. And then when you right click right up here, right click. Well, I see it. There it is. I clicked it, not right click, just clicked and load actions. And then you'd find, here it is down here. Load actions right here. And then find it, bring it in here, and it'll put it into your actions. And you'd have it at the action. Okay. That's it. I'm going to click back, get that out of the way. Here's our original picture. I'm going to click it and get rid of it. It's going to say, do you want to change anything? No, we'll leave the original picture the way it is. No. And here's our new picture with that mats around it, with the inner mat and the outer mat, done with Dave Jasek's action that I got 10 years ago. Wonderful. David, you did a wonderful job, and I've been using this for years. Give the man a credit. More David than me. But I'm trying to get this across to you guys. Okay, now I'm going to click on this, and it's going to say, you want to change it? I'm going to say yes. For a moment, I'm going to say cancel for a second. The other way of saving is go File, Save As. Save As. And then it lets you pick the spot, the folder that you want to put it in and all. If you didn't want this folder, you choose a different folder, you know. Well, we'll put it in RAWs the process. Maybe that's where it was in the beginning. I don't know. And here we don't want this. Oh, here, this is an important step. When in the layers palette, when we see the amount of steps, let's look at this here. So I'm going to cancel again. It's because see this here? It's going to save all those steps. And when you go to open it, you could print it from here like that, but if you put it into a folder somewhere. So for the moment, when this is saving it as we don't want it. For now, we would want it. We're going to cancel here. So here in the layers palette, if we go over here and click on it, there's all the steps. So here, if we take the eyeballs, if we click on them, that did away with that one. That did away with that one. That's the steps, you see. So we don't want it in this form like this. We want it. So I'm done with this. This is it. I'm done with it. As far as I'm concerned, this is done. So I'm going to go up in here and it is cornered. And I'm going to say flatten image. There, now they're all in one. Now that it allows me to save it as a JPEG. So when I'm going to go up here to File, Save As. Where's Save As? Save As, right here. And we're going to save it in the same folder here that was the process. That's where it was. And now see, it's JPEG. That's it. That's what we want. Good enough. You'd want to save it at TIFF and all or better and everything. But if we're going to print it and everything, JPEG's it. That's good enough. That's it. Save. And over on my other screen, it popped up. How do you want to save it? We want a quality good. Sure, high quality. Okay. That's it. Now we can get rid of it. And then if we went to File, Open, hey, look at there. In Roster Process, there's our picture. And let's bring it back over in here for the moment. There's our picture. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go File, Open, and bring our old picture in here. Let's find our old, our original. There it is. That was our original picture, and that's what we did with it. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. A tutorial, Photoshop tutorial on actions. And I hope that you got something out of this. Okay, I'm going to press F10, and that's the end of this tutorial.